Hi, I am Skylapse Timelines, and this is the 27th episode of Norindus. In this episode I will show you my tricks to detail and finalize urban areas in Vanilla CITIES Skylines 1. But before that, and during this overflight before any detailing, I will talk about two other things. Firstly, I finally decided to purchase an actual gaming PC. My old laptop finally died out, and I needed a new one. So I decided to go straight to the gaming PC territory, and purchased one. I am so super happy about this new standard of graphic that my game now has. I also believe it makes a difference to you, my viewers. As you know, gaming rig isn't cheap, so any financial help to pay it back is warmly welcome. Link for my Patreon is in the description, and all the money from Patreon goes to those bills until it is paid. I obviously will put my own money there as well, or rather mostly, if not solely. The other thing I need to mention is the objective of this series. In the beginning I wanted to know that how big city does a car factory need to function? Now the question has been for a long time that how big city can a car factory support when it is all of the industry? I started to have those notifications of not having enough goods to sell. I had at the same time also demand for commercial. That means that I went a bit overboard with residential zoning, and 50K population was similar to high. I resined some high-density residential to low density, and destroyed some districts. Just to make it clear, I do not want to promote the idea of destroying neighborhoods just to reach these kind of goals. But let's say that if this was real life, city would never have overgrown. I ended up to roughly for 0K population when those notifications finally stopped appearing, so for now, I take that as the answer. Now to the tips that I use myself. I usually start with roads. I check if the road layout makes sense and looks good. The road that goes through the district should be the shortest route, measured in time. If you make a shortcut with a road that has minimal traffic capacity, it might bottle the whole thing. Also, nothing should be zoned to the through roads. After all, roads are there to make the traffic flow from one place to another. A road should not be a destination. Streets are destinations, so they should not have as much capacity or give a shortcut. A street should exist within that district. Low-density districts should not have pedestrian streets. I also like visually that the roads makes the natural curves and streets are straight. This game tends to make better looking properties when streets are straight. This is especially true in high-density places. In lower-density districts, if each house has a lot of space, streets can curve. If it is high-density place, with European theme, I definitely recommend to use at least straight roads, preferably grids. Those houses just look so much better that way. Wouldn't use grids in low-density districts, apart from maybe the very center of it. I make the thoroughroad as the main road by giving a bike path or pedestrian path next to it. Loads of streets that diverge from the road should have bicycle lanes or be straight-up pedestrian streets if it is high-density place. After the roads make sense, I check if all the plowable buildings are in sensible places. Usually city services for that district are in the center of it. Parks and other minor plowables can be anywhere. These shouldn't be put to the through road either, but close to it is logical. Low-density districts shouldn't have too many plowables, as that wouldn't look very realistic. Then I start to change the trees. I check what seems to be the more common type of tree in there, and choose one to be the theme tree. I make all the trees in the roads to be that tree, and sort of fill the gaps with it. Choosing the tree should also make biological sense. I use the next principle. High density and fertile land is leaf trees. Low density can be both leaf and conifers. Pine trees should be in more rocky places, like steep hills. Spruces are more common in upper places, but that all is just about what is more common. It is not a strict rule. Next, I'd touch the zoned buildings. If the theme doesn't fit, I change it. I would zone from 1 to 3 small commercial buildings to each low-density district. They should be located to somewhat center of the district. From low-density districts, I usually take away all of the flashy and tall commercial buildings. Regarding the residential zoning, it depends on the age of the district to what theme you should use, or how modern-looking buildings you want to keep. I like to use the historical building feature a lot to make sure that everything looks fine. I sometimes use fences or hedges to emphasize the size of the properties or give them some apparent privacy. One nice touch I like to use is to make these trash collecting places. Also, some weird-looking empty slots can be filled with trees and bushes or tiles to make a mini square. You can also make plowable buildings look more unique by decorating their surroundings. These are my tips for this episode. Next time I will tell you my tips to detail farms and parks. To end this all, I will show you side-by-side comparison of the before and after overflight. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe and stuff.